Hello viewers, welcome back to my channel. In this video, we'll move on to the next questions from the exercise 3.2. So your fourth question from exercise 3.2 is, in the given figure, if PQ is parallel to ST, PQR, angle PQR will be is equals to 110 degree and angle RST is equals to 130 degree. So you have to find the angle QRS. Okay, so hint they have given over here. The hint is nothing but you have to draw a line which is parallel to ST through a point R. Okay, so you have to draw one line which should be parallel to ST. Okay, so it should be parallel to ST in the sense it should be parallel to the PQ because ST is parallel to PQ, right? So for that sake you have to draw over here the hint they have given. So already I have drawn over here, you can see you have to draw one parallel line so such that it should be parallel to PQ or ST. Okay, so you have to start that line from the point R. Okay, so now we will see the solution. So here first I have written angle PQR plus angle QRU is equals to 180 degree because we have studied one definition, one statement, that is nothing but the sum of the angles lies on the same side of the transversal will be is equals to 180 degree. That means they are supplementary, right? So now here you can see these are the two parallel lines. This is the transversal. So if this is a transversal, then these two angles, the sum of these two angles should be is equals to 180 degree, right? So I'm going to write here sum of the angles, lies on the same side of the transversal. Transversal will be is equals to always 180 degrees. So this is the reason. Okay, so next thing is what here, see here angle PQR already we know what is that, angle PQR plus angle QRU is equals to 180 degree. The same thing I have written over here, angle PQR is nothing but here 110 degree and angle QRU we have to find now, that will be is equals to 180 degree. So now angle QRU will be is equals to 180 degree minus 110 degree. So angle QRU is equals to 70 degree. Okay, so now what you have to find, you have to find the value of QRS. So this angle you have to find. Okay, so now we will see the next thing, angle TSR. Okay, I'm going to write the next thing, that is angle TSR is equals to angle SRU. Okay, so here you can see angle TSR is equals to angle SRU. Why? Because these two are the alternate angles. So see here ST and UR are the parallel lines, right? So if these two are the parallel lines, then the alternate angles are equal. So for that sake I have written over here angle TSR is equals to angle SRU. Okay, so angle TSR is equals to angle SRU is equals to 130 degree because alternate angles. Okay, so now we know that, but angle SRU is equals to angle SRQ plus angle QRU. Okay, so here you can see angle SRU is there. No, we know that angle SRU is the combination of the two angles, that is SRQ and QRU, isn't it? So the same thing I have written over here. So here you can see angle SRU, that is nothing but 130 degree, and angle SRQ we don't know, we have to find now, and the value of angle QRU is nothing but 70 degree, right? So the 70 degree I'm going to write over here. So angle SRQ is equals to 130 degree minus 70 degree. Therefore angle SRQ is equals to 60 degree. Okay, so if angle so what they have told to find angle QRS. So angle QRS and angle SRQ both are same. So for that sake angle QRS value is nothing but 60 degree. Okay, so this is your fourth question from the exercise 3.1. So your fifth question is here. In the given figure, if AB is parallel to CD, angle APQ is equals to 50 degree and angle PRD is equals to 126 degree, you have to find the value of angle X and angle Y. Okay. So first thing is what? Angle APQ is equals to angle PQR. Yes, why? See here, angle APQ is equals to angle PQR because alternate angle, right? So you can easily write, we know the value of angle APQ now. So angle APQ is 50 degree, right? So angle APQ is equals to angle PQR. That means the value of angle PQR is nothing but 50 degree. The value of X is nothing but here 50 degree. Therefore, X will be is equals to 50 degree. Okay. So now the next thing is what here? Angle PRD is equals to angle PQR plus angle QPR. Okay. So now see here, this is one triangle. PQR is a triangle, right? So now you can see PRD is an exterior angle, right? So we know that the sum of the exterior angle will be is equals to the sum of two interior opposite angle, right? So this is exterior angle. Opposite to this, which angles are there here? X and Y, right? So for that sake, I am writing here angle PRD, that is exterior angle, is equals to the sum of interior opposite angle. That means this angle and this angle, right? So for that sake, I am writing here, that is exterior angle will be is equals to sum of interior angles. Okay. So now what you have to write here is angle PRD value is 127 degree, right? So angle PRD value is here 127 degree. Angle PQR is nothing but X and angle QPR is nothing but Y. So 127 degree is equals to the value of PQR, that means X value already we have found out, that is nothing but 50 degree. So 50 degree I am going to substitute over here and Y. So Y you need, for that sake Y will be is equals to 127 degree minus 50 degree. So Y is nothing but here 77 degree. Okay. So therefore X is equals to 50 degree and Y is equals to 77 degree. Okay. So now we'll move on to the next question, that is PQ and RS are the two mirrors. Okay, so just understand the question first. Actually, see, PQ and RS are the two mirrors placed parallelly. Okay, so placed parallel to each other. An incident ray AB, okay, an incident ray AB strikes the mirror. So this is AB is incident ray now. So incident ray AB is strikes the mirror. Okay, mirror PQ at B. Okay, so after that the reflected ray BC, okay, the reflected ray BC strikes the mirror RS, okay, at the point C, and again it reflects back along CD. Okay, so again it will reflect back along CD. So you have to prove that AB is parallel to CD. Okay, so first thing is what? First what they have given we will note down. They have given here that given thing is nothing but here PQ is parallel to RS, right? So PQ is parallel to RS. They have given AB, BC and CD are the rays, incident ray, reflected ray, right? So now you have to prove that, what you have to prove? You have to prove that AB is parallel to CD. Okay, So now here some construction you have to do. The construction here is nothing but you have to draw the two perpendiculars over here, that is BM perpendicular to PQ and CN perpendicular to RS. Okay, so BM perpendicular to PQ and CN perpendicular to RS. Okay, so now let us see the proof now. Proof. Okay, so proof is nothing but your first thing, BM is parallel to CN. Okay, so here we have drawn two perpendiculars, that is BM and CN, right? So BM is perpendicular to PQ and CN is perpendicular to RS. So we know that PQ and RS are the parallel lines, right? So the thing is what, the perpendicular drawn on the parallel lines are also parallel to one another. Okay, so the perpendiculars drawn on the parallel lines are always parallel to one another. So that means, for that sake I have written here BM parallel to CN. Okay, so what I am going to write here, perpendicular on parallel lines are also parallel. Okay, so now, okay, so now see here, according to the laws of reflection, what we can write, the angle of incidence will be is equals to angle of reflection. Okay, so this is the incident ray AB and this is like reflected ray, right? So according to your laws of reflection, we can write that angle 1, that is angle of reflection, incidence will be is equals to angle of reflection, that is nothing but angle 2. Okay, so angle 1 will be is equals to angle 2 and angle 3 will be is equals to angle 4. So why here AB is incident ray and BC is reflected ray, right? So now you can see here again, if you consider BC as incident ray on RS and CD as reflected ray, then you can write angle of incidence will be is equals to angle of reflection. So according to the laws of reflection, we can easily say that angle of incidence will be is equals to angle of reflection. Okay, so keep it as equation 1. Okay, so now the next thing is what we'll see, angle 2 will be is equals to, as we know that BM is parallel to CN. Okay, BM is parallel to CN. If BM is parallel to CN, then angle 2 will be is equals to angle 3, because alternate interior angles, you can see this, these are the two parallel lines, right? So you can see 2 and 3 are the alternate interior angles, right? So for that sake you can write angle 2 is equals to angle 3, that is nothing but alternate interior angles. Okay, so keep it as equation 2. So now by comparing equation 1 and 2, what you can write here, you can see in equation 1, angle 1 is equals to angle 2 they have given, right? Angle 1 is equals to angle 2, but angle 2 is also is equals to angle 3, right? So for that sake I am writing here angle 2 is equals to angle 3, so that will be is equals to, now you can see here angle 3 is also equals to angle 4. So all the angles are equal to one another by comparing equation 1 and 2. Okay, so by comparing equation 1 and 2, you can easily say that angle 1 is equals to angle 2, angle 3 is equals to angle 4, angle 2 is equals to angle 3 is there, right? So already together you can write all the angles are equal over here, because 1 is equals to 2, right? But 2 is also equals to 3 over here. Here also you can see 3 is also equals to 4. So together you can write as angle 1 is equals to angle 2, angle 2 is equals to angle 3, angle 3 is equals to angle 4. Okay, so now look at the figure over here. You can see if all the 4 angles are equal, you can add up these two angles. The sum of these two angles and the sum of these two angles should be equal, right? So why? Because angle 1, angle 2, angle 3, angle 4 are equal to one another. So for that sake, therefore, angle 1 plus angle 2 is equals to angle 3 plus angle 4. So when you will add up this, the sum of these two angles will be is equal, right? Always equal. So for that sake you can see this is nothing but angle ABC, right? angle ABC is equals to angle BCD, angle BCD. So these angles are nothing but again alternate interior angles, right? So here you can see ABC and BCD are alternate interior angles. So this angle and this angle are alternate interior angles. So we know that if a transversal is intersecting these two parallel lines, okay, these two lines, okay, if such that the two alternate interior angles are equal, then you can say that the two lines are parallel to one another. So we have studied this statement. So based on that, I am going to write here AB is parallel to CD, because here alternate interior angles are equal. So for that sake, you can write that AB is parallel to CD. So this is your proof. Okay, so thank you for watching my video.